Hey everybody, this is Destroyer24 back with another Wizard101 walkthrough episode. Where we last left off, we were told by Sherlock Bones to come talk to him at his home in 221 Barker Street. We'll go ahead and get on into that, because this is going to be a bit of a longer episode because of the area we're going through. It's going to be the Ironworks. We've got several boss battles, and we've got a pretty lengthy dungeon ahead of us. So, without further ado, we'll go ahead and get right on into it. 221 Barker Street is going to be in Regent Square, so we'll be going ahead and just going that direction. 221 is also pretty easy to find. You can follow the quest arrow if you are doing a quest arrowless playthrough. Why anybody would, I have no clue. It's very, very easy to find his house because it's got a nice sign on top of it that has a shadow portrait of him on it.
Excellent. With all present, we can now get at the truth.
That was fair play what you did. Here's thanks. I was knocking about a bit by the ironworks, minding my own business, mind you, and I see Pops O'Leary. His men see me and what do they do? Come after me. Me, minding my own business. Been running ever since. Well, that takes the biscuit. I tell you, Pops is up to no good at the ironworks. Take a look there. You'll see what's what.
Excellent work. Meet me back at Digmore Station for our next step.
If you guys excuse me for a bit, I'm going to go ahead and adjust the in-game volume and such, so you guys are able to actually hear the in-game volume. It doesn't help that Sherlock Bones is a quiet one anyway. Okay, this should be a little better.
Good. You're here. Now let's get down to business. You alone have the power to uncover the O'Leary plot. You must enter the Ironworks and discover their intention.
Nice that you're placing all this trust on a probably 16-year-old kid.
Find Baxter at the Ironworks. His inside knowledge may prove valuable.
Yeah, I'm sure it would. Like I said, it is a dungeon, so you do get the dungeon notification over on the right side. Before that, though, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and prepare for this dungeon by going ahead and filling up my potions, so I will be right back. Alright, I am back, and we'll go ahead and get into this dungeon. As far as gear changing, I haven't changed any of my gear, so there's not really much that we're going to be doing here. So, I'll go ahead and get right on into it. There are a lot of good reagents that drop around this area, so be sure to pick them up.
I'll give you what help I can, but you've got to promise to keep my name out of it. Here's where I last saw Pops O'Leary. He went through that door, but you'd need more than O'Leary luck to get through it. You'll need a key. Say, those O'Leary nappers always go where they shouldn't. You may have to defeat a couple of O'Leary nappers before you find a key, though.
Alright, standard mob fight. These guys have 525 health. They're fire. Not really worth showing it to you, so I will go ahead and get this done. I will be back with you in just a second. Alrighty, once you're done with that, you're just gonna go ahead and go back to Baxter.
You handled that in nothing flat. Glad I'm on your side. Go on then, open the door.
You also do get a fair big bunch of experience from this, so you will most likely level off of this dungeon by itself.
The second door is closed? They normally keep that one open. They may know we're coming. Tell you what, Nails O'Leary will have the combination to that lock. He's just around the corner, hiding in the clock tower. Get the combination from him, then meet me back here.
Alrighty, Nails O'Leary is going to be your first big boss. Is going to be your first boss of this area. He's not a small guy by any means, but he's definitely nowhere near as big as Pops is. So, we'll just go ahead and go over here, beat him up, and we'll get on our way. Like I said, good reagents. Reagents usually always hang about these clock towers. So, this guy is fire, so this will make this a slight bit harder.
What? You need the combination to the gate to see Pops? You expect me just to tell you that? You's gonna have to beat it out of me. I don't think you know who you're messing with. Nails don't bend for no one.
Alrighty, so this guy's fire. He's gonna be fairly difficult. So, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Immolate strat outright and then kill the minion with a damage over time. I think he's got about 900 health. 880, so yeah. Get a prism off first turn. So that'll help us out a lot. Now I just need to pull my Immolate. Aw, man. Whatever. Doesn't bother me any. Let us go ahead and delete a couple of these meteors, delete one of these super chills, and we're gonna go ahead and blade, just to get the blade up. Since he's already got his, since Nails has already got his prism on him, there's not really much of anything he can do to block it, except just weakness spam, so that's not what I wanted at all. Okay, change of strategy. We're gonna prism again. We are going to use one of our super chills on the O'Leary Scurrier. Hope we pull a heal, because we're starting to get rather low on health. And then we are going to Meteor, just to kill the minion. This will also do big damage to Pops. Not Pops. This will also do big damage to Nails. So we won't need to use an Immolate. We can just use another fire spell of similar caliber. Unless the Immolate's all we got, which it might be all we got. So let's just go ahead and use the Immolate and finish Nails off. Or we can fizzle. That's the worst time to fizzle. I tell you what. Okay. Hopefully we pull something else. Yeah, we got 5 pips. Heckhound will do it.
that's a first. Nails gets hammered by a little bitty wizard. Okay, I'll give to you the combination to get you through the gate. Looks up on your ways out of here.
Alright, so the combination is snake, bird, beetle. Like with all the other combinations, you can type them in chat like this. And then you'll have it there ready for you whenever you get back. If you've done this a few enough times, you can also memorize it. So, we'll go ahead and head our way back over to Baxter.
Excellent. Now go open the gate with the combination you got from Nails. So I'm not recognized. I have to take the back way, but I'll catch up with you at the factory.
Alrighty, if you forget the combination, it does show up somewhere around here. But, basically what you're gonna need, it shows up here, it's just not lit up, so it's not easily noticeable. What you're gonna do is you're first gonna turn off this chimney, and then you're going to put in the combination in the same order that it shows up on the plaques. So snake, and then bird, and then beetle, and then you're going to go ahead and pull the lever. Well, not snake, bird, beetle, snake, beetle, bird, but as long as you get them all done, it'll show up for you. Gonna go ahead and go up here to the factory. You will want to make use of your barks here because it will save you a lot of running and it will save you getting caught down at the lower level.
I just saw one of Pups' henchmen carrying some plans. If you find them, bring them back here. They may be the key to all this. When you go into the place, head to your right and down the ramp. Look out, he's got a lot of his boys down there.
Yeah, this is exactly what Baxter said. If you're wanting directions, all the directions are capitalized, so you can remember. Go ahead, plop a mark down here, so you don't have to run all the way back. What you're gonna do is you're gonna carefully make your way around all these guys, because they do like to walk fairly close to the wall. Pick up the plans here. Then you're going to go ahead and head back to Baxter and the Ironworks. If you're wondering who this guy is, this is a discarded boss from one of the final 3 dungeons. He does still drop the insignia gear, so he is worth farming if you want your school's insignia gear.
Wouldn't you know it, they are blueprints, but of Newgate Prison?
Baxter points to an area on the blueprints where a note reads, "Enter here."
Wait a minute, he wants to break someone out of there? That can't be good for any of us. Breaking someone out of Newgate Prison is bad news for everyone. Even a sneak like me knows it. You'd better defeat Pops before he can pull it off. By now, Pops is probably in a secret room upstairs. I bet my last pint of milk that's where he's hiding. When you walk in, make sure you go to the left and up the ramp.
So this one is in the exact opposite direction of where you just went. You're going to head up here, and you may think, oh, this is simple. No. Like most dungeons, nothing is ever simple, so this happens.
A voice hisses from the other side of the door. If I don't hear the secret knock, you're not getting by.
So now you get to go all the way back to Baxter. So, ain't this fun?
A secret knock? How was I supposed to know? I see Pops has a lot more security than he used to. He must be into something really big these days. Brady the Sneak works directly under Pops, so he will know the secret knock. Defeat him, and you can go up against Pops himself. He's usually playing cards in a warehouse down the street. You'll have to go through the factory to get there. Go to your right and down the ramp, and head out the back entrance.
Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and plop down another mark. And he's in the same area, and he's basically the same direction that you've already gone. So, back and around these guys. Head up the ramp up here. Be very careful not to get pulled by the scroungers, because it is very simple to do so. And you are faced with another puzzle. So, what you need to do is the quest arrow points this direction. There is a secret boss back. There is a spell quest for, I believe, life wizards back behind this area. So, you don't need to worry about this unless you are a life wizard, not to mention the fact that the spell quest comes much, much later anyways. But to get over to this side, you just need to put in this code in the correct order. You need to go bird, moon, tree, and then beetle. If you don't do it in the correct order, then you will fail the challenge, and you'll have to put in everything again. So, I'm gonna go bird, moon, and then tree, and then beetle. It'll give you the notification that a door has opened, and you'll be free to go through this area. Brady the Sneak is back in this warehouse here. There isn't really much anything back here except maybe a few reagents if you are able to get some. There are also usually chests hidden back here and a reagent hidden back here by the warehouses.
Think you can get to Popstone me? Ha, you wish. But I'll introduce you to someone else first. Prepare to say hello to my paw, wizard.
Brady is a myth boss. Not super difficult, but he's not a cakewalk either. So, just make sure you're not going... So, just make sure you're gonna be good fighting him. I would strongly recommend dealing with the Scrounger first, because the Scrounger will absorb and heal, and it'll make your life 1,000 times harder if you do not. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and blade. And we're going to go ahead and super chill just to make sure we get a little bit of extra damage off. And we got the smoke screen off, which is great. Scrounger passed, which is kind of great, but it's also kind of bad. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and use Heckhound just to get just to try and get him dead as quickly as possible, because the faster we get him dead, the better off our lives are going to be. I'm also very impressed that I have yet to take any damage, but that's probably going to be changing in this round. They normally don't hold off on damaging you that often. They'll either immediately start out for a 1-pip spell, or they will go into a 2 or 3 pip. This is what I was talking about. Oh, not. Cool. He had 3 pips. I thought he was going to absorb, which would have just made my life harder, because he would have, because that means he would have ended up putting a 400 damage shield on Brady, that cannot be bypassed except by drains, and I don't have any drains in my arsenal. So the Scrounger's out of the way. Let us go ahead. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pass, because what we're trying to do is we're trying to get up for an immolate. And he weaknessed us, which is good that I didn't use my wand spell then. Let's go ahead and use the wand spell. Get rid of the weakness. Thankfully he doesn't have any buffs on me. If those were myth buffs, this would have hurt a whole lot. Probably close to about 500 or 600 damage. I'm gonna go ahead and use Immolate. This will take off a huge chunk of his health. He's pretty much dead, actually. He only has like 47 health, 43 or so. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and pass. He can't do enough damage to us before we do enough damage to him. Unless I fizzle, then that's a different story. But right now he can't do enough damage to us before we do enough damage to him. So we'll go ahead and use the fire elf that we've got to go ahead and finish him off.
Have mercy on me, wizard. I'm ready to tell you what you need to know. The knock is knock, tap, tap, knock, tap, knock, knock, knock.
Alrighty. Once you do that, we're going to go ahead and use our port that we set down to return to the entrance of the factory. Go ahead and use a potion here because it will because you're about to go into a fairly big fight. We're going to head up here and we're going to go ahead and get this door open.
That's the right knock. All right, I'll open the door for you. How did you get through all my security? No matter, no measly little wizard is going to derail my plans.
Alrighty, this is a difficult boss for fire and or for ice, just due to the fact that these guys are opposite schools. We're gonna go ahead and put in a couple prisms, just so we can get that O'Leary Napper out of the way quicker. In order to kill Pops O'Leary, most likely my strategy is going to entail using, you know what, we're just going to go ahead and Meteor, once we get a Prism and a Blade up, just to get that O'Leary Napper down. Most likely my strategy for killing Pops is going to entail Heckhound, just due to the fact that he does have 2 shields to use against me, Fire Shield and Tower Shield. We'll go ahead and use our Fire Blade. And if possible, I would like to get a 5 or 6 pip. I would like to get a 5 or 6 pip hit off on Pops. He also is going to be the strongest boss you face so far, having 1200 health, which is nothing to scoff at, but it's also not a whole lot compared to a lot of the later bosses in this world. In fact, he's probably the first real boss you will face at this level. We already did him half health. I'm surprised. Let's see what we have. Man, if I had an Immolate up, I would kill him immediately. Okay, let's super chill. And he passed. He already knows his fate. We'll go ahead and use Immolate. I'm surprised I didn't have to use Heckhound. If he ended up using Fire Shield or Tower Shield on his first turn, I would have had to use Heckhound.
You may have beaten me, wizard, but you're still too late. I've already ordered the raid.
He does drop spell elements of the elemental variety and tower cards of the elemental variety. He also drops some level 30 no auction gear, but it's very rare if you end up getting that. go ahead and finish off this dungeon by talking to Baxter.
A bit of good news and a bit of bad news, isn't it? Even with Pops out of the way, the raid will go on without him. Go on and warn Mr. Bones.
And that is the end of this dungeon. Go ahead and use this teleporter to get back to the front. Go ahead and use the balloon car to get back to Digmore Station. And we will turn in this quest to Sherlock Bones.
A prison raid. Troubling indeed. Even with Pops O'Leary gone, a raid may prove successful. I will remain here and pit my intellect at deducing who is behind it all. But you, my young friend, must warn the Yard at once. My colleague and companion Watson ventured to Scotland Yard this morning. Hurry there and speak with him. Make haste.
Alright, this is where I'm going to leave this episode off. Next episode, we are going to be talking to Watson in Scotland Yard, and starting off probably the shortest area of the entire game, which is going to be Newgate Prison. So I'd like to thank all of you for watching today. If you don't mind, go ahead and like and subscribe to turn on notifications, and I will go ahead and see you in the next episode. Bye!